Bwana Yesu asifiwe. I'm trying to sit on my emotions, and I hope I've managed, sindio? So that I can do what Bagi has told me to come and do here. I am Jakakimba Silas. George is my brother. I've known George for more than half of my lifetime. When I was a student at the University of Nairobi. And we just became friends like that. And then later George introduced me to the Honorable Raila Odinga. Alishika mkono yangu na mimi biateri. Inya tima longo biateri. George Emmanuel introduced Raila Odinga. Kawona duoko jumapenja kan ninge Raila nade. But for now, pole sana madam. Madam is my sister. She's my sister. And when I was in my younger days in Nairobi, during campus and even after campus, Madam and George they've held my hands in life. And I've told you before I knew Baba. And that is why from campus I went to stay with them. First I went to say Uko pipeline, but you know we used to say it's feather. When you come from the university and you go to pipeline, you know what pipeline is? Kido, they're called, nowadays they call them studios, but studio is a very English word. Aide, those one rooms where everything, there is no kitanda, yeah. It's a bed sitter. There is nothing else. Once you enter, you are in the bedroom and everything. But Caro and George, George didn't even come there. He told me, no, Janam, you cannot stay there. And I moved to join them in high-rise estate, just close to them, E3, no, it was E3 or something, E2 or something, but they got me the house there, this Caro and George, because of my friendship with them. Then later, along the way, George introduced me to Baba in a special way, nikakuwa hapo namna hiyo. Later I became PA to Prime Minister, to the MP for Langata, the larger Langata. When our brother Thomas passed on suddenly. And all this has been courtesy of George Odour and of course other friends. So I'm here to say pass my pole. And when they move from high rise to where they live now, as usual, George took me for tea in town. He told me, I'm moving. And pokona nyot, and upon nyot. Ben George Manukungi gige mugejige. Ninkoringeni nyate mokamaka mada introduce again NHC. So this is what we are going to do. So we don't think we need to leave you in high rise. See, I joined you guys a month later. So napenye dokoro rent ni bwana. Kejana take care of many things. Ton wagado, then I moved and joined them there. Just 2 blocks, 2 houses away. Then I stayed there. We stayed there for around, I think, almost 5 or so years. Then after the elections of 2017, there are some issues. You know, this journey, that's why I think I told Jacom yesterday, Paul Esana, because this journey of Baba, and that's why I'm writing a book. The manuscript is somewhere called No Higher Trust. My Life and Times with Raila Odinga. The intriguing terrains in Kenya's political landscape. This journey is not very easy normally, and Ed is here, will attest to you. So this George has gone through so much with Raila Odinga. It's never an easy journey, and that's why I told Baba yesterday and the other day, pole sana. And he called me, and he cried on phone. You know, that means that thing has really touched him. Huh? So, outside that, moving on, this is the plan, very briefly, so that we can view the body. George will be laid to rest at his residence in Ndori, Siaya County, just near Bondo, on Friday 11th, Chientija Beach, Tarika Pargachiel, April 2025, at his residence in Ndori, just maybe 5 or 6 minutes from Bondo town, next week on Friday. Now, we will consult with the church and, of course, the family. I'm here, actually, courtesy also of family. I'm a friend, I'm a colleague, but the family requested that I represent them for now. So we will consult with the family so that just keep ngoja kidogo. Weka hizo vitu kwa gari kidogo. We'll consult with the family. I'm tying this next point to the issue of the burial date for clarity. We'll consult with the family, and Bishop David Muridi and Pastor Burale is here. So we also go to the same church, which is House of Grace for the longest in this town. So we'll consult and determine, and of course with the Baba's office, the team here, Jeff is there, and determine if we shall need a service in Nairobi, right? A service in Nairobi, because George has a very larger life and umbrella. So if we may need a service in Nairobi, we'll consult with the church, and of course have Baba line, and the family okay that. Then we can communicate that one maybe after today. That's right. If there's a service day in Nairobi and the venue of that service, church service. I mean, they're called memorial services. Yeah. So that might come later today or latest tomorrow. Number 3, from here, we'll just do the viewing. Then there's a small team that will sit down to, of course, advise us on that service date, the burial date you now know. And Edie said something that I want to restate, but with a different venue proposition for the public and family and all George's friends. There are 2 signing places for the condolence book and kusema pole at the Jaramogi Odinga Foundation, that is Joff, here at Upper Hill. Again, wange Joff, Joff, Jaramogi Odinga Foundation, not Capitol Hill. So there's nothing at all happening at Capitol Hill regarding this near sudden demise of George. So pole zetu zote tuende kule katika ofisi za Jaramogi Odinga Foundation, Upper Capitol Hill. Sorry, in Upper Hill. There's nothing happening at all regarding this matter at Baba's Capitol Hill offices. You know, Baba has 2, in fact there are many offices, but there are 2 which are known. Of those 2, actually 3, even Orange House. So of the other 2, only at Joff, not at Capitol Hill. I hope that's clear. And is open to the public. The other place for signing is at Chungwa House in Lavington, where my big brother director is here, is the boss and his team. So Chungwa House in Lavington and Jaramogi Foundation offices in Upper Hill. They are open to the public. Those are the only 2 venues for coming to condole with family and friends, because George's family is bigger than Madam Caro and the people of Alego and Game and Siaya. I hope that is clear. So there is no other venue for doing this in Nairobi, except when we announce a date and a venue for the service. And yes, thank you guys very much. We keep praying and holding our hands together and pray for the family. And Pastor, thank Bishop. And we hope you guys will continue being with us from here to the service, if any, and to Bondo or Game, Siaya. Asanteni sana. Thank you.
We now want to go to the next step, where is to